everybody. Thanks so much for being a subscriber or a listener to the Long Shot Podcast. This is Sean. If you're hearing this, it's because Amber and I have gone away on Christmas vacation. We are in various parts of the world. Amber, I'm in New York visiting my family. I believe Amber is possibly in the Swiss Alps skiing. I'm not quite certain about that, but I'm sure wherever she is, she's enjoying herself. But we thought while we were away, we would rebroadcast some old episodes. So I called on our old pal, our old intern, our old drug dealer, Alex, to see if he had any recommendations for episodes that we could delve into our archives and play again. So here is one of those episodes. This week we're gonna replay for you episode 6. Sorry, no. I'm already fucking it up. Episode 410, which was an episode that was just the original 4 of us, myself and Eddie and Amber and Jamie. And it is the How Could You Not Know Who They Were Featuring episode. And just as an interesting side note, the date that Apple Podcasts says this podcast was published is September 21st, 2012. And when I listened to part of the episode, it is clearly recorded right after I came back from Thanksgiving in 2011. So maybe it took us 11 months to publish an episode we had already recorded. And if not, there's something strange going on over at Apple Podcasts, which I know is not going to surprise anyone. So please enjoy episode 410, the How Could You Not Know Who They Were Featuring episode.
From an undisclosed location high in the Hollywood Hills, it's time once again for the long shot. Tonight, banana bread, Satan's vomit, bullet-pointed lists, and molestation jokes. And now, please welcome the host of the long shot, Sean Conroy.
Thank you so much. Welcome to another episode of The Long Shot. I am your host, Sean Conroy. With me tonight, as always, the silver lining, Miss Amber Kenny is here.
Hello.
And, of course, the rucksack Romeo, the king of the zinger flingers, and the human Chevy Chase movie, Mr. Jamie Fletch. And finally, the artistic 1% of the 99%, the bitter Buddha, Mr. Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, good evening, everybody. It's great to be back from the holidays.
From the holidays. It had a little bit of Lawrence Welk to it.
Well, yeah, the holidays.
Welcome back from the holidays.
Holidays are brutal in my part of the world.
California?
No, well,
You mean
now
you're part of the psychic world.
Psychic world.
Yes.
They've always been brutal for me. Because my family was so fucking crazy that the holidays like intensified everything.
Right.
You know, it was that classic.
It's more stress on top of already stressed out relationships.
Yes.
And I
fragile relationships.
And in like the media, there's a lot of pressure to have like this wonderful time with your family that I feel like you can never live up to.
It's
on
the
some
most
level.
wonderful time of the year.
I tweeted.
Yes, tell us about your tweets.
And I thought it was pretty funny. I
had some good ones too, so after you're done.
Okay. On Thanksgiving Day, I said, on Thanksgiving Day, I said, there have already been 775 suicides this year. I mean, this holiday season. On Thanksgiving Day, I tweeted that. And I don't like to tweet misinformation. Like, some people took it seriously, which, I thought that was idiotic. They were like, really, dude? If this is true, I would get responses like, this is true, very interesting. Or like, oh, shit. Or other people, funny comments like...
People who don't really understand your Twitter feed.
I guess so. Some people were like, my God, why would people pick Thanksgiving? Like, it was some funny responses.
775, you said?
That's what I said.
That's nationally or in
I didn't even
California?
specify. I said no, in the U.S., I said.
Oh, in the U.S.
In the U.S., I said 775 suicides already this Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That was my phone ringing, which I already said wasn't here. So, yeah, I almost killed myself on Thanksgiving this year.
Accidentally or on purpose?
Accidentally.
Oh, accidentally.
Yeah.
What happened?
We'll talk about it later. So, Amber, what's been going on with you this week?
Well, I have been on vacation from work, and the way things played out, I sort of squirreled away my vacation hours, thinking something magical would happen.
That's a funny image of you with like a calendar, just like squirreling away.
I love squirrels.
I know.
You're a big squirrel fan.
Love squirrels. I would have fed you a walnut.
You would have thrown a bunch of walnuts at her.
And then I would have got scolded by people who know Amber, saying, please don't feed Amber all these walnuts.
Our listeners
There's
know that all too
high
well.
fat content.
They do, actually.
But it's the good fat.
It's a good
It's
fat.
squirrel positive fat.
But still in moderation.
Yes.
But so thinking that some amazing trip or something would come up and it just didn't this year, and I ran out of money. So I'm taking my vacation hours just a staycation at home. And I was really, really excited about it because it's like, the world is my oyster. And here's like Los Angeles, this whole city that I don't really... I'm in an office 8 hours a day.
Hello, LA. I'm Amber Kenny, and I'm here to meet you.
I see you with like a Easter bonnet type hat.
The little bag.
suitcase.
Little bag,
Big
gloves, white
Looking-
gloves.
High-heeled shoes with bows on them.
White gloves going, excuse me, like really politely to people.
A
Do you know-
dashiki?
A dashiki. No, that doesn't
What the
fit at all.
fuck is that?
Come on, Jamie.
So yeah, I've had.
Can you tell me where Skid Row is?
Yes. No, I haven't seen a lot of LA. And do you know where this the dragon roll with sushi?
Now she sounds a little bit like an orphan from
Please,
Charles
sir, can I have
Dickens,
some
yeah.
more?
Oliver Twist.
So yeah, I have all this free time and like a chance to actually be outside in the world, and I was excited to be able to go to shows and not like I always feel like I have to run home because I have to wake
Right
up
now,
at
that's
6
the
a.m.
thing. I do remember you saying that you were so excited to go to shows without having to get up. How did that? That must have been good.
Well, it was a holiday week, so there weren't that many shows.
There were no shows. Excuse me, but might you know where a show is? I'd like to perform.
Well, and it's one of those things. I guess I'm not amazing at making decisions. Just anyway, but
Me neither.
I'm on vacation by myself, and it's like I guess I could wake up and like go
Anywhere.
roller skating or something, but I tend to just
Oh, you got a million options. Fly a kite. Learn a magic trick.
yeah, I know.
Well, the thing was, what preceded this vacation was you were
Mumbly
sick.
peg.
Crazy illness.
23 skidoo.
Mumbly peg is a great way to spend a few days.
I don't even know what that is, but I'm excited.
I'm not sure, but it's pretty
It's a
funny.
knife game.
Oh, I don't want to play that.
Between the fingers?
Yes.
But this week, I caught myself like at a certain time of day looking, and I'm sitting in my apartment, you know, listening to a podcast, and it's like, I would have been doing this at the same time at work. Like, granted, I don't have to like answer the phone or answer emails, but it's just like
Was it this podcast?
maybe.
We need more
Interesting.
listeners.
Interesting.
But so I'm a little bit frustrated in myself in not in like
But you have a whole nother week, right?
yes, I have another
So
week.
lesson learned. Now you can get
Yeah.
up Monday morning, go to the
was today.
museum.
Maximize it.
Go. Today was Monday. That's right.
On
Why don't
Friday,
you go-
on Friday, I did go to LACMA. I went to the LA
How was
County.
it? Who was the artist? Who were they featuring?
Bob Smithers.
Oh, come on. Why are you doing that? Who was at LACMA? They have someone featured.
I don't know. I don't
Picasso,
know if I
probably.
even went to that. We only were there for like 2 hours.
Probably like Van Gogh.
You went to LACMA and you didn't
Monet?
know what the main exhibit
Monet.
was?
We didn't go to the main exhibit. We went to all the older ones.
How could you not know?
Oh, my God.
I don't fucking believe this shit. You go to LACMA and you come back and you don't know what the main exhibit was?
Well, it is pretty hard.
What
Have you
the
ever been to
fuck?
LACMA?
Yeah.
There's a
They
lot of
have
buildings.
whatever is the main exhibit. It's like plastered.
Wait, what is LACMA?
The Los Angeles County Museum of Art.
Oh, no, I
whatever
never been
is the main exhit is plastered on the
Like,
front
literally
of the
plaster
museum.
molding.
That's why I'm stunned that you didn't know. Just so you know.
Okay.
Okay. And it's everywhere you go.
Your trip to LACMA did not work out in terms of raising your esteem in Eddie's eyes.
I'm sorry.
He respects you less now that you went to LACMA and don't know what the main exhibit was. He's
No,
very
was
disappointed.
it French surrealism? Was it quilts from the Civil War?
Come
That's
on,
all.
come back with some information next time.
Yeah.
Be ready to do
There was
a
a big exhibit on
Have some,
the
be aware of
life
your surroundings.
on life in California, and it was like architecture and art and furniture and interior design from like 1940 to 1968, all like in California.
But that wasn't the main exhibit.
I don't
What
know
was
what the main
plastered?
exhibit
at the
was.
entrance.
No, it's not easy to know what the main exhibit is.
I think it's interesting that everybody has a different way that they approach the museum. It's art. And some people like to know, what's the main exhibit? What am I looking at? Other people go, I'm just going to walk in and see what I see and what strikes my fancy. Oh, look, some furniture from the 60s. I like that.
You know
I
what
think
would be
that's the
funny?
nature of art, is that everybody interprets it in a different way.
I think what would have been funny is if like they had a Picasso exhibit, like if,
I
and
saw
you didn't
Picasso.
know, right? But I mean, they feature different things, and Picasso exhibits
You're
sometimes
obsessed
have
with
a
the idea that
line.
this museum features things.
Let me
didn't
finish.
see the
And
headline.
they
Let
have
me
like
finish.
a line around the block, but you missed that. Like you're like, I didn't. We just saw the needlework.
She saw Picasso.
Yeah,
That
I
would've been
saw
funny.
all the Picasso. I saw
If that
Warhol
happens.
and I saw Liechtenstein.
Nice.
It
Now,
was fun.
is LACMA downtown or the
Yeah,
Midtown
it's on
one?
Wilshire.
Downtown?
No, well, like Miracle Mile.
Mid-
Miracle
City.
Mile. Yeah, I love that one. I
Is that
love
downtown?
LACMA. I love LACMA.
And they have all the
What?
lamp
Is
posts.
that downtown?
That's mid city.
That's
God, I'm doing everything
that
wrong
would be
right
Miracle
now.
Mile,
Miracle
which is
Mile?
not downtown.
It's not
LA.
downtown.
No,
So Occupy Miracle Mile, no.
hasn't happened.
Okay.
Yet.
Jamie, what's been
Yep.
going on with you this week?
I've got a lot going on. I made a bullet pointed list. I'm going to read through real quick to
Well,
get
we'll
everyone.
see if it goes quick. You can't
Is-
just sit there and read things without any reaction from
Are there
people.
numbers? Like, is this a countdown?
No. I was going to try to plow through it. I ate mac and cheese and veggie puree and passed out on Thanksgiving. Afterwards, I met an old friend for a drink at the Porter Ranch TGI Fridays in the Walmart parking lot, which was crazy because there was a ton of people for Black Friday.
Well, just TGI Fridays and Walmart are disgusting.
Totally. But just moments after, a bunch of people got pepper sprayed.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
was,
Was that Walmart?
yeah, I was there. Moments
Was it
before.
you?
Wait. Was that the one where the lady pepper sprayed people to get the Xbox games?
Yes. Oh, I think so. Anyway,
You don't know. What pepper spray was featured?
was there another pepper
What
spray?
pepper spraying incident was featured?
Wait a minute. You went to a Walmart. Someone was pepper sprayed.
You don't know who did it or why.
and you don't know who did it or why?
I just got a text from my friend that I was with like an hour after we left saying, check out what just went down after we left.
Can people be aware of what the fuck goes on?
Picasso got pepper sprayed in that Walmart.
No, but that's amazing because that was a big national story that this woman. I didn't hear that she
Yeah,
pepper sprayed
some
people for
shopper was
Xboxes.
trying to get a particular game because you know how that Black Friday scam works is
What
that
is
they
it?
say you can buy an Xbox thing for $5. Come on down, and everybody goes, "Oh, I'm going to get an Xbox for $5," and then they have like two for $5, and the rest are all full price. So unless you're one of the first two people who gets it,
Is that how it works?
Oh yeah,
I think it's so stupid. Like, the internet exists now. You don't need to rush
the what?
the internet.
Oh,
By the way, Natasha Leggero said that to me. I said something about going to the Burbank Mall, and Natasha, in the way that she's talking, haughty. She was like, I don't know if it's I think it's a character. She's like, no one needs to go to the mall anymore.
It's true, though.
And that's what you're saying, right? And I
just
took
don't
it
get
in.
unless they want to get a drink at TGI Fridays.
First of all, I thought TGIFs were dead.
no,
No.
they're going strong, my friend.
It's
It
terrible.
saddens me.
Be aware of your surroundings.
It's like there's literally
What?
nowhere else to go.
No, but you see, I don't go to those places.
What would you prefer? Instead of a TGI?
Locally owned bars? Things with character? Why does
There's
that
some
make
character
you
there.
Oh, I'm just saying, good
fucking-
luck. Good luck. That's a 50 years gone by thing. Local businesses.
Something with character. That's a terrible corporate chain.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
agree.
Like
but
the bar you like is Dylan's, right? That's a nice fucking Irish bar.
no, it's not. It's a shithole.
Dylan? No, where that bar, the big bar on Vine, and
Yeah.
that's not a shithole.
McDonald's
I never
owns
go
it.
to bars. I hate them. I fucking hate bars. Just so everybody knows.
And I just want to be clear that I'm not endorsing Dylan's. By Eddie saying the bar
Did
you
you
like.
not have
he's
your
just,
birthday party there a couple of
Like,
years
a
ago?
couple of years ago, I did. Yeah.
And was that not your favorite haunt for a while?
No.
Combative for the sake of being combative.
Yeah. Did you not have your birthday there?
I should be a
several years
prosecuting
ago.
attorney. Now let me get this straight.
Now,
You
by
went to
having your
Lakma.
birthday party at this particular establishment, are you not making it clear that it stands highly in your esteem?
Didn't you go there watch a bunch of games? And
I
eat
have
and
gone
stuff?
there. It's cheap. The beer is cheap. That doesn't
It's a
make it a
shithole.
great
I remember big walnut bars. Like walnut impresses me. I love walnuts first of all for squirrels, but walnut bars impress me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're big, brown. You know that whole thing.
How does walnut work as a wood?
Big and brown, dark brown though. Dark brown impresses me.
I think Jamie's only gotten to his first bullet point. So
I know. I was gonna say, how many bullet points are we at?
You're a clairvoyant.
okay, so you went to a pepper spraying thing. You didn't know what was going on.
Occupying, it's unbelievable at Walmart.
It was
They do
insane.
that.
At 10 p.m., the night before, thousands of cars, every single parking lot spot taken.
By the way, that fucking
Sad.
angers me.
It's sad. It's what's
That
wrong with
angers
this
me.
country. It's what's wrong with this
Thank
country.
you.
Those people are
Thank you,
idiots.
Amber. I don't know if you mean that.
I do mean I've been saying it all week.
Oh, good.
There's a lot of things that are what's wrong with this country.
But
There's
that's
times
the
that I
main
am
thing.
agreeing with Eddie,
But
and
those
he
people
still
are idiots.
doesn't
You know,
that
like
I am.
what?
There's a lot of them, though, which is scary to me.
That's the 99%.
That's unfortunate, actually. You're right. You're right. Because the really rich people, they
know about the internet.
They have taste.
They go to Dylan's.
A lot of them
Just
have
go to
taste. A lot of them have
overstock.com.
been cultured in good schools.
All right, so Jamie, point number 2. Exhibit B.
Okay. I've been drinking more than I should and eating way too much snack mix at work.
Oh,
It's the holidays.
I know.
by the way, that is that whole
Drinking
thing.
at work?
I have been drinking at work, but there's a bar at my work, so it's
Oh,
after
that's
I'm
true.
off.
Drinking at work is not good, though, even if there is a
Slippery
bar.
slope,
Because
my friend. Slippery slope.
It is.
I love that phrase, slippery slope. Slippery slope, my friend.
I love that thing. It's nice to slide down it.
It's my favorite water park.
No, but having bartended, if you drink, I used to drink sometimes when I bartended in my drinking days, and I'll never forget one time getting so fucking
Just
wasted.
while you were working?
While I was waiting, getting so wasted on the Upper East
Wait,
Side.
waiting tables or bartending?
Bartending.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Waiting tables you could not do with bartending. You know, you just fit right in with the other lunatics,
right.
and you're like, "What do you want there, pal?" Yeah. And I was just stealing. We had a stealing episode, but I was just
This did not come up on the
This
stealing
didn't come up when I was a bartender. Sometimes I would just. I think you.
Oh,
had
we talked about that a
you had
little off air, where I had a friend who was a bartender who he
Yeah.
would serve drinks to his friends and not charge.
I would do
not
the
ring
same
it
thing.
up, but
Not
still
ring it up and
charge
still
it.
charge them,
And I'm
yeah.
like, that's double stealing. You're stealing the product and the money.
I would do the same thing when I got drunk, but I got so drunk and hammered, and this is why Amber's right about the slippery slope at work. That I mean, I was fired. I got so fucking
For that?
hammered. The guy knew I was drunk. Money was missing.
Right.
By the way, I just want to point out.
money. Where the fuck are my molars? I don't know.
I think it's funny. I just want to point this out. Jamie's approach to checking in now has become writing a list of things and just trying to get through it as fast as possible.
It is an
Just
interesting.
no weight behind anything. No weight behind anything. He goes,
I
I've been
ate
eating a lot of
mac and
stuff and
cheese."
Chex
Pretty
Mix
soon-
and drinking too much at work.
This is what I think the evolution is going to be. Pretty soon, Jamie's just going to send someone else here to like read a prepared statement.
That's pretty funny idea.
Who are you? I'm Nick, and
Jamie.
I have something to read from Jamie.
All right. So next point, Jamie.
They get deeper. Well, we can
We'll see.
okay,
We'll
okay.
see.
I highly endorse a band called Clem Snide. I'm
What?
seeing more
What's
value.
the name of that band? Hold on.
I highly endorse a band called Clem Snide.
Seriously, go download some stuff. They're available on iTunes.
This sounds like a parting shot more than checking in.
I know.
I'm fucking blurring the lines tonight.
Are you friends with these guys?
Did you see them this week?
No.
I'm like an attorney again. Are you friends with these?
Are you not part of a criminal conspiracy with Clem Snide?
Are you trying to boost the sales of Clem Snide because you have some financial gain to be made? I'm serious.
No.
Or did their music just blow you
Their
away?
music
You
is
love
blowing
them?
me away. I'm blown away.
I might check them out then. Clem Snide.
Which
Jorge is losing it tonight. He's been laughing a couple of times.
No, Clem Snide is good.
He's drinking on the
You've heard
job.
him?
No. All right. Any other endorsements?
we found a second millipede and or centipede in my house this morning.
A second one. Hold it. What happened?
That sounds like the conclusion of a story.
That's what I was going to say.
And that's when we found the second
Let me ask you
millipede.
this, son.
Good night, everybody.
Let me ask you this. What happened to the first... When did you find the first Milla or centipede?
Was that going to be... well, hold on. Were you saving that for next week's checking in?
Yeah, I want to just kind
I
of throw it
wanted
out
to
there.
check in by talking about the fact that the end of the story I gave you last week starts with this story.
I just wanted to plant the millipede
His
seed.
checking in becomes this
It's like Memento where we do it backwards.
jigsaw puzzle that
You have to
goes...
listen to 4 seasons before you figure out what the hell Jamie's
But it's all
talking about.
code and it says something amazing.
All of a sudden, these Dan Brown angels and demons over here.
I like that you cited his second most
I know.
famous one.
Why? I couldn't think of the Da Vinci Code.
I occupied LA for about 25 minutes last night.
Can we please talk about that? What does
Wait,
that mean?
wait. You don't want to talk about the millipede and the centipede?
Yeah, well, I do. What
What's
is
fucking
it?
scary? Like, what the fuck is it's crawling around in my house? Have you ever seen one?
Yeah.
A millipede or a centipede?
I don't know.
By the way, what the fuck is the difference?
About 900 legs.
I didn't think it was that. What is the difference between
I think it is the number of legs, but I didn't count the legs. Okay. There's some holes in the ceiling.
Mommy, it's Jamie. Get me a magnifying glass.
This is either a beetle, a spider, a centipede, or a millipede. It's moving too quickly for me to tell.
That's your Aunt Lena. Now leave her alone and get up here.
It had like 45 legs, and I don't. So
45. It's not even an even number.
I didn't count.
No, but isn't this
50 legs.
basically a caterpillar? That's
No,
what we
it's
would've
definitely
called
not a
it.
caterpillar. It's a scary ass little fucking demon.
Keep going. No one was helping you there. I saw a look flash. Folks, if you could have seen Jamie's face, the look that flashed on your face when there was that silence was the look you see in like a horror movie when the person's about to get knifed.
But he knows he's about to get knifed.
Yeah, it's
I love
Like he
her.
realizes he's about to get knifed.
It's like, oh my God, it's Fred from accounting. He's going to
He's
kill
the
me.
killer.
He's the killer.
Every 5 episodes, we have a good 4-second pause like that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We
stop
could
soaking
promo
it in.
things in that.
We can put a
to you,
Benadryl commercial.
Get my
Info at
CD.
thelongshotpodcast.com.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I'm thankful to have all of you in my life.
Aw,
Don't play that card. Don't play that
I'm
card.
serious.
That is bullshit.
I am fucking serious.
I didn't do one of those this year. Like, on Twitter, did everybody? By the way, I think I kind of stole a tweet or something or idea of yours. Not really an idea, but people who mass text you, Happy Thanksgiving. I just tweeted.
Oh, yeah. One year you got real mad at me because I said, like, Merry Christmas. And you're like, this is
Oh, I do that
bullshit.
to everybody.
I was
Yeah,
like, oh, God.
Because you can tell when people are sending mass texts.
Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of those.
I have a joke about that I do.
You do?
Yeah,
Well,
to
I just
whoever-
said, go fuck yourself. If you mass texted
That's
me-
exactly what my joke is. If you're one of the people who mass texted me, Happy Thanksgiving, go fuck yourself.
That's what I did on Twitter. Is that exactly your joke? No, that's not a joke, really.
It is.
Really? Well, I did that, and it got a lot of play.
You
Got a
are
lot of heat.
welcome. You
Got
are
a lot of
welcome, my
heat.
friend.
And I actually thought, Conroy said this once. It's so true, though, and I could tell the people who mass texted me were people I don't like because their numbers. When you don't like somebody and
You don't even
you've
know who it
taken them
is.
out of your
Yeah.
phone, and then you get a number that you don't know.
Well, here's 2 funny things also is one of them is I do still have a number in my phone of somebody who I could give 2 shits about, and consistently every single holiday Happy Thanksgiving. Like it's a sad person who lives in New York and just has
It's
no
usually
friends.
sad people.
Yeah.
Who
And then the other funny thing is that I do attack anybody, whatever anybody sends me a text on the holiday, whether it seems like a mass text or not. I go, fuck you. Don't
Oh,
and
a
then
mass
people, and
text,
then
yeah.
but if it's somebody who's sending one personally, they get really mad. They're like, why would you
It was
think-
shocking. We weren't that good of
was it
friends
personal?
yet.
Was it a personal one?
I don't remember.
Of course,
You
it
do
wasn't.
send mass text then.
I don't.
Oh, well then why don't you remember?
Well, maybe 2 years ago I did.
Then why don't you remember? Your Honor, I would like to rest my case there.
that was a logic issue.
There seems to be an inherent contradiction in what
if you
are
don't
saying.
send mass text, then that must have been a personal
I will
text.
say last Christmas I got a text message that said like Merry Christmas from us and like socks. It was like a pet's name.
Socks, wasn't that George Bush's cat?
No, it was the Clintons.
Oh, Clinton's. that's right.
And like couldn't figure out who it was. Still to this day I think about it because I'm like, who would I know who has a pet? Like, and it's from a specific area.
You never found out. I never find out either because you don't want to.
You don't want to be like, who is this?
With a.
Yeah.
Just do a web search.
All right, but I think we're up to point number 3 on Jamie's list.
Wait, his computer's closed.
Oh, yeah, we got through it all. That's it.
That was all of them?
I don't
Well,
believe you.
millipede, centipede. Oh, the Occupy LA. I want to talk about 2
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
What happened there? 25 minutes.
I went there like 9 o'clock last night.
Why?
Well, because the eviction, right?
Tell me the truth. Why?
The truth is, I was drinking downtown,
I knew it. You
and
drinking
we were
downtown.
close, and like, let's check it out. And we checked it out.
It's like a tourist attraction to you.
No,
Is that not?
No.
It's like a tourist attraction, you ain't it?
it was, and yes, I mean, I was interested to see what was going on, and I went and checked it out. And but it was
You're
3
not-
hours before they were supposed to clear it all out.
What happened? Did that get cleared out today?
No.
No, they fight it.
They
Held-
did not?
They held their ground.
Were the cops? I'm stunned, by the way, that all these protest movements have been cleared out, but the LAPD, which I'm scared of, I don't know about you guys, but the LAPD
They got a
scares
bad
the
rap.
shit of.
Yeah.
Dude, and they're not being that bad to these
Well,
guys.
the problem is the LAPD has been through so much shit over the last 15
that's a good
years.
point.
They have like federal watchdogs watching them
Right.
for, and human rights commissions
Like,
and all kinds of stuff.
historically, like in the fort, like they've always
this is
been corrupt.
A bad place.
LA Confidential.
But now they have all sorts of people watching them all the time. So,
Hey! Is that a baton you got there?
or are you happy to see me? Yeah, that's what they say.
That's
So
how
what
they were
happened, Jimmy? You
trained.
went down there.
No, so, I mean, there's tons of news and cops starting to get assembled. And
I like how Jamie goes to Occupy LA and still manages to have nothing to say about
I
it.
got some pamphlets. I listened to some impassioned speakers.
Yeah. Oh, tell me. Yeah.
I was moved.
Were you?
and
How
for
drunk
the time
were
I was
you?
there-
Were you drunk?
What kind
or-
of pamphlets are we talking about?
Were you like doing a thing where were you trying to promote yourself? Like, hey, your Immaculata is something that'll change your fucking lives.
Is that an impression of me?
We don't drink. No, this is you
Oh,
drunk.
drunk,
I'm
okay.
doing you
Yeah.
drunk at Occupy LA. Immaculata.
I give you guys an idea. Why don't you try Occupy Immaculata?
Is that what I sound like?
Hey, have you ever seen a centipede? Isn't it scary? Hey, my friend, we're just trying to change the world here. All right.
All right. Well, Eddie, what's going on with you?
I today.
Yes.
Well, first of all, getting through the holidays, I'm glad I made it.
Congratulations.
Nice.
They've been mellow lately.
Did you do anything?
I want to thank David Feldman for having me and my girlfriend over for over for Thanksgiving, and it was mellow. And
What does that
fun.
mean, mellow?
Well, to me, when I say mellow,
like real heavy?
when I say wait, what?
It was groovy.
It means that no shit went down, like no emotional shit went down. That to me is the definition of mellow, because that to me is what Thanksgiving, used to be. My dad just going, "Where is Evie? Why isn't Evie here?" Like my aunt would have.
I have an Aunt Evie too.
You have an Aunt Evie?
Yeah, Aunt Evelyn King.
Evelyn King.
Big
good
listener.
name.
Hi, Evie. Hi,
Anyway, so I'm glad I got through it. Was at David's house, and I just want to check in.
Is there a bunch of people there?
Yeah. Bunch of comics.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't think I got invited.
And-
I think maybe I just didn't get the email. My email's been down. It's been pretty weird. But I think I was supposed to be invited.
Were you really?
No.
Oh, okay. And they had a new kitten, so that was like they had
Game over.
And David had this thing where Eddie he called he did this as a goof. He said everybody. There were like I don't know 20 people, 25 people. He goes 20 people. He goes everybody.
Was it 20 or 25?
45.
He goes, was it 20 or 25? Your Honor, this is very important. I object to this counsel objecting to this. If it were more than 20 and less than 25, this plays an important part.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is badgering himself. So what happened?
So he had this. He called the Thanksgiving to order and said, Eddie Pepitone is now going to name the cat. Like I was holding it, they hadn't named it, and Karen whispered to me,
"Hello, darling."
Damn it, I slipped. Karen whispered to me,
"Hello, darling."
She goes, Sophie, and it was so sweet. Like
That is a
I was
cute
going to
name for a
name the
kitty.
cat Trudy.
Oh, that's also cute.
I thought it was, but named it Sophie, and everybody agreed it was a terrific name. Anyway, I want to talk today about that. I felt like you for a second. I want to
I
talk.
did feel like that. The end of the story was, and everybody agreed
I
it was a
felt
terrific
like
name.
Jamie for a second, like, and that's the end of that fucking story. Because I don't want to talk about it anymore. All right, I don't want to fucking talk. I just heard myself. Hearing myself.
All right, so talk about what you did today.
I went to Chapman University in Orange County. By the way, not an easy drive.
Chapman University, first in flight, first in sea. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a...
We got to have a phrase for this college, Steve. How about first in flight, first in sea? Don't know what it means. It has nothing to do with this. We don't have aviation.
I think it's a blatant lie, Steve.
First in flight, always right.
So anyway, driving, I had to go past Disneyland to this college to
far.
talk to kids. What?
It's far.
It's far in my 1988 BMW.
By the way, folks, just to give you an
Name
idea
dropper.
of what Eddie's car sounds like.
Oh my God.
Jamie was laughing. I pulled up and it goes. My car does sound like a
It
hot
sounds
rod.
like the chopper from the first scene of a movie where a guy is getting into Vietnam for the first
I'll
time.
do it and you yell. Ready?
Mr. Pepitone, welcome to Vietnam.
That's more like
Yeah,
Is the engine running too high?
yeah. It's got a huge sonic hum to it all the time.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I do have to get the whole.
It's the kind of thing where it's like at the end of Saving Private Ryan, when you don't see the tank yet, but you hear it coming around the corner and they all get really scared. That's the kind of sound it has. But anyway, go ahead. So you had to drive in that fucking thing all the way down to Orange County.
And I don't know what's going on with my 1980.
I don't know what's coming, but it's something bad.
I don't know what's going on with my 1988 BMW, but it does bounce. Like I don't know if that is the.
Well, that could just be like a Dr. Dre kind of thing. Where you're,
What does that even mean?
you-
I don't know, Dr. Dre.
Did you pimp your ride?
Oh, is that what you mean?
yes, that's what I meant.
but like when I look out the rear view, things are just bouncing. You know what I mean?
Same with my car.
Is that right? What is that? Is that the
We have
suspension?
shitty cars.
We have shitty. Mr. Pepitone, you obviously. That's my mechanic in a white linen suit. You got a shitty car there, son. Anyway,
We call that here in the biz a shitty car.
so I drive to Chapman University in Orange County. Not a fan of Orange County, by the way. Just it's very sterile. Yeah, it's sterile.
there's a TGI Fridays down there.
It's Republican.
There's a bunch.
What?
There's a TGI Friday.
But the little town itself, college towns are kind of cute. Like the little town itself.
Orange? Isn't it in Orange?
I think you're right.
Sterile?
What? A little sterile, but it has all these. Like, if I was a student, I think I'd have a good time there. Like, I saw an open mic, a poetry thing. You know, all these cool little eateries, couple of bars. You know,
Acapella club.
There's a good
Hey, are you the acapella club? Yes, we are. Hey guys,
You guys are obnoxious.
You don't have to sing everything, you know? Your meetings are horrible.
but so what I want to talk about is that I was talking to the kids today.
Please get to it.
Yes, I know. I
You
was
need
talking
bullet points.
So I talked to these kids. I was there for a little while, and then I left.
I want to talk to you what I want to talk to you about.
I was talking to my friend Ivar, who has the class there, wanted me.
I have an aunt named Ivar.
Where's Ivar? And why is she named Ivar?
I think Ivar's with Evie. Go ahead. So what happened?
So I was talking to the kids about being a stand-up comedian. They were actors. And,
wait. Let's just say you were supposed to talk to the kids about being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, that's true. I'm all over the place. By the way, I don't come with the game plan. Like Ivar.
Well, yeah, were you supposed to be doing material?
No, but I did a little.
Good.
As I told you guys a little before the podcast, that I did my molestation joke, which was not the right thing to do. I have the whole thing where, folks, I'm a let me give you an example. I said I'm a dark comedian. I do a lot of dark comedy, and this is one of my jokes. Hey, I don't sleep at night. Are there other insomniacs? Now, these are little Orange County kids. Like looking, I never realized how young college kids are, but they're so. They look like they've just they're hatchling. Like to me, I'm 53 now. They look like they've sprung out of eggs, and they're even more innocent than you, Amber. They're bright eyed and they wear their feelings on it. They look like birds that have come out of the.
If only people could see what you were doing right now.
I'm realizing it's
Great
not playing well.
physicality.
Such a good act out. But for this podcast, it doesn't really work.
I know.
Puppies.
I'm doing a very funny face about bright-eyed people, but I do
Basically,
this.
your eyes are just open wider than usual. It's not that funny.
Yikes.
So what happened?
Point taken. But I did this whole thing. I go, I'm an insomniac. Anybody else? And I have these new age friends who are like, oh, Eddie, just drink sleepy time tea. Oh, really? Is sleepy time tea going to make up for the fact that I was molested? And like kind of a horror came over the kids, and my friend Ivar teaching it, I just saw him recoil. I really did. He's such a nice guy, and I just saw him looking around to see what was going on, to see if there would be implications.
Here's a couple things. One is these people have no idea who you are, so there's no comfort level there. You're just a guy coming in. And the first thing you do,
no, it wasn't the very first thing.
You said, "Hi, my name is Eddie Pepitone. I do dark stuff."
No, I talked a little before I gave him.
I don't know.
It's
it's a hard thing for you have to build a comfort level with an audience before you do your molestation material.
Well,
and it sounds like you didn't really do that with these guys, so they were just like. Plus, not to mention the fact that stuff has been all over the news lately. So it's a very.
I didn't. Yeah.
You didn't realize that?
No, I did. The Penn State stuff.
Yeah, and Syracuse.
Chapman University.
Syracuse as well now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! And
Just
what
Google
about
Google it when you get home.
Chapman University is a really conservative Christian school.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so that might be part of it.
So anyway, that part didn't go well, but I went and I knew it too, and then I said, and that's kind of.
So you went right to the balloon animals.
Folks, I'm sorry about that joke, but is not this a funny goose?
Can we start over, people? Tabula rasa, as the Romans like to say. I'm sorry, nobody likes Romans?
Game of Thrones?
My bad.
Game of Thrones?
Let me just throw some topics out. You tell me what you want me to talk about. So what happened?
So I said, and that's some of my lighter material, I told him. And then I started, and then I felt myself getting pissed. And I don't know if I was supposed to say this because colleges are so PC. And I found myself getting into my political head of God damn it, why can't we have more freedom of expression? In a college, why is every topic, and I haven't done a lot of colleges, but I've been told by other comics, they get a list of things they can't talk about. And I think that's fucked.
Right.
I think that is fucked
And they're
up.
supposed to be adults. I mean, they're young adults.
Talk about anything. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. I feel like it's a private school. So, assuming that you're talking about a private school, private university where people are paying money.
It is.
I don't know. It's a weird thing because I feel like why not? But then by the same token, I could see that students would be like, I don't want to hear about molestation.
Yeah.
Well, give me the shampoo jokes.
All right.
But I went. Hey, you got anything on shampoo?
Lather, rinse, repeat. Who needs the directions?
Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. If it's always repeat, isn't that a never-ending
I used the whole
loop?
bottle.
And why is it so concentrated? I mean, you ever put a little shampoo in your hand, and that shit'll last. I'm sorry I used the word shit.
I feel like he's just vamping now. He doesn't have a punchline for it.
It was funny, though. I was actually getting pissed at some of the kids who I could tell didn't like me, at least in my head, like I was doing. I mean, first of all, I want to say it went well. I do want to say
it sounds
that.
like it went gangbusters.
I am pointing out the shit that I went through, like like the kids, couple of kids talking during my thing, and I was like, I remember I shot him a look at one point, like, you motherfuckers, and I just realized maybe I wouldn't make a good
touring college comedian,
professor,
for sure, a touring college comedian. I couldn't tailor unless the money was really good. I couldn't tailor.
All of a sudden, it's a different story.
Yeah, I know. I mean. Oh, Eddie, we're going to give you $5,000 to play this college. Can you
tell me everything you don't want me to say?
We don't want you to talk about the global financial meltdown. Done. I got 40 minutes on Legos, my friend. I was just looking around your apartment to see what was.
I don't have Legos.
I know. I thought. What are those?
I was just looking around your apartment. It reminded me of Legos.
No, you've always had this thing.
There's Jenga and
Jenga.
And there's a
Sean
Mr.
has Jenga.
Potato Head.
Mrs. Potato Head.
Oh, sorry.
I got 20 minutes on Mr. Potato Head. Knock your socks off, clean as a whistle.
All right. Well, anything else about that?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, then that's a good place for us to take a break. We will be back in a moment with more stuff.
Boom. Hey, friends, guess what? Our good friend Eddie Pepitone has a comedy album coming out December 1st, A Great Stillness. Get it, iTunes, check it. Boom.
We are back. You are listening to The Long Shot with the regular crew. With us tonight, no one but ourselves.
No guests tonight.
No guests.
stand-ins.
You flew in just now.
I did. I literally walked in the door seconds before.
How you doing?
Yeah.
You
rested?
No, not at all. Not at
didn't
all.
think so.
I had a very stressful weekend, stressful day of travel.
And when I walked in, you were yelling with
Eddie and I were
Eddie
screaming at
about
each other.
politics.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that must
yeah.
have been nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to come back, literally step off the plane, drive here in crazy traffic from LAX, and immediately start
you
fighting
came from
with
LAX?
the most unreasonable person in the world.
You look great.
Thank you.
You
Thank
look tanned, rested, and ready.
You're
Jamie
glowing.
always sees the positive side.
I do. Oh, you recently shaved your head again,
I recently shaved
and
my head.
you had a nice
did?
black
Yeah, you
vest
did.
on. This
I had a
looks
nice
perfectly
black vest,
shorn.
yeah.
I took notice.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you.
And I'm thankful you're in my life.
Yes. Well, no, here's what happened over the weekend. I went to Idaho to visit my roommate from college who lives in a place called Bellevue, Idaho. It's right by Sun Valley.
Bellevue, Idaho. Already I'm getting images of Bellevue Mental Institution
It's named after the mental institution.
and Idaho survivalists.
Potatoes.
A lot of survivalists.
Yes.
Am I right about Idaho?
Yes. A lot of Mormons in Idaho.
Mormons?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Heavy Mormon population.
Their thing.
Jesus Christ, exactly. Yeah.
No, they're
Latter-day Saints.
bizarre. Are the Mormons not crazier than...
Except
the
our
Mormons not
listeners that are
crazy.
Mormon.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
But
They're
just-
batshit crazy. Am I right?
I don't want to get into judging other people's religions. Whatever makes
I
people
think
happy.
they are, from what I've heard.
It could be argued that all religions have.
Yeah, but they have multiple wives. I mean...
What's crazy about that? That sounds great.
Say hello. Every time I'd say a name, you'd have to say 4 or 5 names.
Hello, darling. What's up, mama? Hubba hubba, baby.
Hubba Hubba's the best.
But they believe in some very weird shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not
Anyway,
an expert.
to our Mormon listeners,
Read Under the Banner of Heaven.
to our
and you'll-
Mormon fans,
In
welcome.
Provo, Utah.
Hang in there, kitty.
But they have a farm, a horse farm, like a small, not really a horse farm, but they have a couple horses, 3 horses, 2
River
horses
runs
and a
through
pony,
Story keeps
2
changing.
dogs, 2 dogs. One of the dogs only has 3 legs. So
love
7
three-legged
legs, 3 dogs.
Seven
a cat,
legs.
some fish,
Should be
but-
8 legs.
but there's 7. Because one of the dogs is missing a leg. But
No,
here's-
it should be
here's-
9 legs
45
for
legs.
3 dogs.
9 legs for 3 dogs?
No.
You're thinking of millipedes.
Oh, no. How many dogs were there?
2 dogs, 7 legs.
Oh, okay. You're right. You are right.
Now we go on to the verbal portion of the test.
No, but here's what happened is I just found out a few years ago that I'm allergic to dogs. And I've had a couple experiences where I've gotten very sneezy and runny. This was by far
Grumpy
the
and
worst. Doc. This was by far the worst experience I've ever had.
Is that a
with
rare
allergies.
allergy? I've heard a lot of people allergic to cats, but dogs, no. Because
No, I'm the only person who has it. It doesn't exist outside of me, outside of my body.
You are being very sarcastic.
But I got incredibly sick. Like I was in their house for a little while, and I started choking, and I couldn't breathe, and that lasted for the entire day on Wednesday when I was there.
Now, when you can't breathe, how did you make it through the goddamn day?
I didn't. I hid up in
breathing
somebody else's
is
room
key.
and just tried to breathe, focused on my breathing for hours.
It's kind of like meditation.
It is meditation.
But very
Amber does see the
struggling.
silver lining.
Very
Kind of like
struggling
meditation and kind of relaxing.
It's kind of like just being happy and
But
smiling.
also, I wasn't sure at that point what it was because we were at a little bit of altitude, maybe 5,000 something
And
feet.
you just got off the plane.
And I just got off the plane.
It's
Yeah, so I was-
beautiful there, I'd imagine, right?
Yes.
Mountains?
Yes.
Go on. Council, let it be known there are mountains in Idaho.
Well, Sun Valley is a ski resort. So
you were in Sun Valley.
we were next to Sun Valley. We were in next town over. But so I went down. So I spent the whole night like trying to get my breathing back. Finally, I felt fine. Next morning, I went downstairs to have breakfast, and I was down there for a little while. And that was Thanksgiving Day, and they were having a bunch of people come over for Thanksgiving. And people started to get there. I started choking again. I couldn't breathe. I was like, let me go back upstairs. There was one room that the dogs never spent any time in. I go back upstairs. 3 hours, I'm up there trying to breathe. Finally, I get my shit together. I'm like, I got to go down there. This is too weird that this guy's college roommate comes to visit
Right,
and
and-
won't come to Thanksgiving dinner. So I go downstairs, same shit all over again. So I spend the rest of the day. You know, I go down, I meet these 2 guys I've never met before. They're
How you
friends
doing?
of his- No, it wasn't like that. It was like I was normal for a second. Then as soon as I felt it coming on, I got out of there again.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like I just
Hey,
drifted
how
in.
is everybody?
Excuse me. See you later.
Where'd he go? That guy was the most pleasant
I
human
pulled-
being I ever met in my life.
I pulled the ripcord. I pulled the ripcord. It just disappeared.
Wow, that guy was in and out. He doesn't really like folks.
Boy, he's not a social fella.
He seemed to really
Does he
be
have
friendly.
Does he have something against Mormons?
That's terrible,
were you
though.
Yeah.
like
So
that
2
the
days
whole-
of that. No. So then finally on the 3rd day,
It broke?
the Lord created the fishes.
Did you get used to it? Like,
No.
Did you
I
take
just moved to a
medicine?
different. They had another. The woman's mother had built her own little house on the farm's property.
the woman's mother built her own little house? Wow. What an industrious
Well,
little
let me just tell you the story. The woman's mother built her own little house on the property.
Let me just put up a house. I'll be right back. Bing, bing, bing,
I
bing,
watched season 3 of Seinfeld today. She makes me feel like I'm not very productive.
Oh,
I see. This woman
I
builds a
didn't follow
house.
for a second.
This woman builds a house, and you're just watching Seinfeld.
I thought there was. Yeah, I thought there was
I'd
a
help you,
reference there.
Grandma Mary, but Jerry's in quite a pickle with soup.
The
And George is
pretzel
upset.
episode.
But so I went up there and I had no problem, but that meant that I couldn't come down to the house and just hang out. So there was other people staying there. So
Yeah.
I was up in that house and they were down in the other house. So my buddy Jim and his friend John came up and watched college football in this house, which got all the mothers all pissed off. Like it was this whole
Now,
thing.
did you not know this going in?
No.
That you're deathly ill to dogs?
I knew I was allergic. I didn't know I was going to have a fucking breakdown, you know?
What do you think has happened?
I think God hates me. I think he heard me making
Only
fun of the
logical
Mormons.
conclusion.
Joseph Smith decided he was going to strike me down. No, it was awful. It was.
Benadryl or anything? Doesn't that help?
I took Claritin. It didn't help at all. Didn't help at all.
I was told to ask my doctor about Claritin many years ago.
By an
Ask your
online
doctor.
advertisement.
But anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about tonight is allergies. Because I feel like it's so fresh in my mind. And it was, I mean, I was
Yeah.
physically exhausted from coughing. It felt like I had been doing, 1,000 sit-ups
That's
that day.
fucked up. Now, I once had an allergic reaction to life.
Toast?
To life. Toast.
life?
No.
Life cereal?
I broke out in hives. There was a period in my life.
Done that.
But for me, I freak out at shit. I freak out at bodily shit. Like
too.
I just go, oh my fucking God. Like if I see a little blotch on my skin, like a little one, I start to go, is this the end? Is this the cancer?
Well, I mean, skin blotch, you don't want to let that go. You know?
That's how I think. You're pushing me in the direction that I'm
I
going.
don't think that's unreasonable.
But I freaked the fuck out. And when I had hives, I'm talking about huge red welts.
Occupied by bees.
By what? Bees? Thank God, no, because I'm scared shitless of bees.
I'm allergic to bees.
My sister had an allergic reaction, to bees. You're allergic to bees as well?
Yep.
Her foot blew up to the size of a football.
Me too.
A football.
You're on arrest on that.
So what happened? What was causing these hives?
It turns out it was stress. Major stress.
About what?
That's why I said, I was allergic to life. I don't particularly remember what the
How old were you at the time?
30, 35.
I think it was turning 36?
I think it was turning 35.
Turning 35?
Where I was at the point in my life where it's like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on?
And now things have turned around.
Things have turned around. I've been on Community, Two Broke Girls, Life and Times with Tim. I'm a voice.
School.
I'm a voice in the Muppet movie.
It was so good.
I got a documentary. No hives to speak of. Plus, I have Klonopin in my pocket.
Is that your only allergy?
I don't think I've had other. I can't think of one right now. Oh, well, no. I think that's the only thing.
What were you just going to say?
I was going to say.
You can't go, but no.
Asparagus, oysters and clams.
Yeah.
I cannot eat that kind of shellfish. I immediately vomit. And that is weird. No, I immediately vomit. It must be a sense. I don't think that's an allergy,
Do you think that's an allergy, or do you think that's just disdain
sense memory.
for crustaceans?
I think it's sense memory that I got
Scallops?
I like scallops.
Lobsters?
I love lobsters.
Crabs?
So
Crabs
Mussels?
I can do.
many-
Mussels, no. Mussels, no.
How many times
Mussels,
have you
clams,
puked?
and oysters, I vomit. And I think it's because as a boy, I got a bad clam.
oh yeah, you don't want a bad clam.
One bad clam.
One bad clam.
Eddie, eat this.
What is it? What is
Just
it,
eat
Dada?
it. Just eat it.
Daddy, I'm happy. What is it?
Why do you have that accent, son?
No, it's just a happy voice. I'm
It
a
sounds
little...
like the voice of almost an Italian immigrant. But you were born in this country. Why do you sound like that?
Daddy, what is you have for me?
You really do sound like a little fat immigrant boy.
Will you stop on my voice, Daddy? I'm so happy. I want to know what you want me to eat.
Why are you wearing that stupid sailor suit?
Are you guys going to order some clams or not?
I want to say
Who is that guy?
Nobody. He's not just a man.
I really need you to stop talking like you're an Italian immigrant.
All right, Father, what do you want me to eat?
Holy
what is
shit.
it? I'm happy. So anyway, hives, breaking out to hives. But I've never had, I don't think, a full-on food allergy. I think I used to be averse to cat hair, but needless to say,
Clearly,
I'm
you've gone
surrounded.
past that.
I'm sucking in cat hair on a daily basis.
But do you think maybe if you got rid of those cats,
Possibly.
you'd be like a superhero? Like that's what's holding you back all this time.
But people do develop.
I'd be achieving much more.
But people develop resistances to
Say that again?
allergies.
What kind of things?
They develop resistances to allergies.
Resistances? No, resistances. Your Honor,
I think he's right.
can we have, for the record, resistances? This woman is drunk, and her behavior,
I'm not sure what your objection was there. It wasn't very clear.
I don't know. It just pissed me off.
So you're saying sometimes people can...
Yeah,
can-
my mom was really, really allergic to cats. And we got one for some reason when I was
to
little.
fuck with her.
No,
Try to kill her for the inheritance?
she was in on the decision.
It was
and
in the captain's closet and you decided to take it out?
Yes. And she was able to be
When you
okay
get
with that
exposed
cat,
to it.
but she would still have an allergic reaction to any other cat. Not interesting.
We must call the scientists at the Institute.
You know, I'm allergic to cats. The musical.
Boom.
Boom.
You were saving that this whole time.
No, just the
weren't
last
you?
4 seconds.
There's someone in a van. Jamie's wearing a wire, and someone in a van is going, "Try this. I'm allergic to Cats the musical." Not now. Not now. Not now. Now.
Are you allergic to anything, Jamie?
Racism, ignorance.
You're still going that
Because I have nothing. Because I'm not allergic to anything. Like once a year, I'll get like some slight eye watering.
I've been getting that. Slight eye watering.
Around springtime, my eyes water for a few days.
You opened up a charity for slight eye watering, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
If you're experiencing slight eye watering, there's nothing wrong with you.
If you're experiencing slight eye watering, fucking get a life and pull your fucking self up.
Nobody likes a hesitant crybaby.
The hospitals are filled with people who need help. Get out of the way, sir. With the hi, doctor, I have a slight eye water.
I really did think, by the way, when I was at this up in Idaho, I was like, if I was my own kid acting the way I'm acting right now, I would make myself go to the hospital.
Now, I would have, you see, I'm amazed that you don't take that extra step and go to the hospital. You have something in
But it was Thanksgiving. I couldn't go downstairs and be like, these guys were having people over for Thanksgiving.
If it wasn't Thanksgiving, would have you gone to the hospital?
Is it Yom Kippur?
Would have you?
It's Purim.
Then no. Because all the Jewish doctors are off.
You
and they're
love
the best
Hamantashen.
doctors.
No, they don't take off Purim. They probably go after work or before work. To
I'm
Purim.
impressed by how much you know about Purim.
Yeah. Well, I'm half Jew. Full Jew, really. My mummy. My boobala. My boobala. My boobie.
So no allergies for you.
No.
Nope. Next.
Except Cats the musical and racism.
But
And
Jamie,
ignorance.
Jamie did make me think that I do have allergies. Back to me. Of
Back to me.
plants and flower. Like what is it? Spring. Like I get
Pollen.
clogged.
Pollen.
I get clogged and pissy. Like irritable.
Well, pissy.
Irritable. I get irritable.
Is if
So
that's
maybe-
an allergy.
Maybe I'm
constant.
allergic to
Your
fucking the
next-
fauna.
Your next book is Clogged and Pissy.
By the way, I just remembered I'm allergic to really rich chocolate.
Now, what happens when you eat really
Just
rich?
a terrible migraine. And this happened at the farmer's market like a month ago. Ate a dark
Are you
chocolate,
talking truffles?
not truffles.
Like, what is the
dark
rich
chocolate
Dark chocolate. Yeah.
covered? What do bees make? Honeycomb. Honeycomb.
Bees make honey and wax.
That's right. Yeah, dark chocolate covered honeycomb. Worst migraine. But I've noticed over the last few years, as I've gotten older, it's gotten worse. So boom.
That's the nature. Well, I don't know about the boom. That's the nature of allergies is that they can change over time. I mean, that's what you're saying.
Well, that's what happened to you.
That's what happened to me. We had a dog when I was growing up, and it was never
how
a problem.
heartbreaking.
And then when I moved to LA, I went and met with somebody who I was going to caretake their house, this beautiful house in Beverly Hills. They had 2 dogs. And as soon as I sat down and started talking to this woman, she's like, "Are you allergic?" And I was like, "No, why?" Hachoo, hachoo. And I kept on saying, "No, I'm not. I've never had a problem."
You wanted the gig.
It was a beautiful house. It was a beautiful house.
What can I talk about?
And then I
no,
left.
just walk the dog.
I left the house, and a half hour later, I was fine. And I was like, "Holy shit!" I called her up, and I was like, "I think you're right. I'm allergic to dogs." And that was the first time I ever had that experience. I'd never had that happen before. So Amber, what about you?
I have a similar allergy that developed when I was a kid. My favorite food was shrimp. There was one vacation we went on with my family. It was a road trip. It was like 6 weeks long, and we saved money the whole ride up. I'm getting there, I promise. The whole way up, we had
see.
PB&Js with crackers. So we saved money so that we could actually eat out all the drive down. And every meal, I got shrimp scampi, fried shrimp. It was my favorite food. And
Shrimp aioli,
yeah,
That's olive oil and garlic for
shrimp
everybody.
frittata.
Frittata. Are there shrimp frittatas?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, I guess you can make a frittata out of anything.
right.
I love frittatas.
You ever heard of marshmallow frittata? It's amazing.
I don't think there are dessert frittatas.
Disagree.
Folks, if there's a dessert frittata, please let us know here at the Long Shot Podcast. www.longshot.com.
But
By the way, that's what the stewardess on my plane today sounded like. Just completely unintelligible. Could not understand what she was saying.
Well, we got looks like
Now I'm going to get information for the connect flight. If you're flying to
And you have your iPod just listening.
Denver, C-24. Seattle, specifically. Atlanta, skip.
Grand Canyon to the
This woman across the aisle from me was like, I don't understand what she's saying.
You should have been like, you're the only one.
Yeah. Oh, it's very clear to me.
Sean just doesn't say anything in those instances. He just gives a little.
So what happened?
So now I'm allergic to shrimp.
Because you ate too much?
It sounds like it.
I don't know if that's what it is, but when I eat
Scampi, frittatas, you went too crazy with it.
but we're talking 20 years
Beer
ago.
batter?
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I break out into hives
Cocktail?
now when I eat shrimp, and my stomach
get
gets
hives?
weird, and I get like heartburn. It's not.
What about clams?
Oysters are like my favorite food, and I'm scared that I'm
They
going to go
still
down
are?
that route.
What makes you puke?
All of a sudden he turned into James Lipton.
A scary James Lipton, like a James Lipton who's obsessed with bodily fluids.
What makes you shit yourself? What makes you urinate on another person?
Will you urinate on me? If you met God, what would you puke on him? If Satan were projectile vomiting on you,
What would the substance of
What
his vomit
color
be?
would it be?
If you met God, what would you puke on?
What would he have eaten before he started vomiting on you?
It's like, you're clearly going to puke on God. But what?
what makes you puke?
So you can't eat shrimp anymore.
No, I still do every once in a while because I really do love it. And
Oh, no, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't, girl.
Yes, I do.
Because
Oh,
doesn't it
yes.
get you sick and make,
Yeah, it does.
that's self-destructive?
But there's I've noticed the fresher the shrimp, the less of an impact.
Fresher the shrimp. That's
Oh,
an
boy.
impact.
Okay, next time you're not pitching the slogan in the meeting, Jamie.
I have some good
But I
ones.
guess I shouldn't be eating not French. I can't do this. I shouldn't be eating not fresh shrimp anyway.
French shrimp are fine.
Ooh la la.
You're talking about frozen shrimp, huh?
Bonjour, please
I don't know.
remove my
Just like
tail.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no fucking idea.
Where am I?
I'm worried that, the Gulf of Mexico, where there's so much
That's where
of the
my
shrimp
parents are
comes
right now.
from. Are they? It's beautiful over there. I just came from there, Sarasota.
Anna Paquin.
And a Paquin. Did we talk about that already?
No, not at all, except for like half an hour.
Okay. But I'm worried
She
about.
ain't no little girl no more.
Oh, okay, right. I'm worried about that. The Gulf oil spill that was so fucking bad, and how it's
Oil
affected.
fried shrimp?
Oh, you know what? My parents aren't there.
Are you having an allergic reaction right now?
Thank you very much. Now that you've reminded me about the BP spill, they're not there.
They're at the Sea of Cortez.
Where the fuck is that?
It's off the
Coast of California.
and the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Any other allergy stuff?
I was allergic to bubble bath when I was a baby, but I don't remember it.
I once had something thrown at me, a rock, and it hurt me. I don't know if that's an allergy.
By the way, that reminds me of another thing about the plane I was on today.
Yeah.
Is that the pilot talked almost the whole time from Boise to...
Over the mic?
Yeah, he kept on talking. He's like, folks, unfortunately, the weather is not allowing you to get a very good tour today, but if you were able to see down below us, you'd see that we're
Holy
passing over Yosemite National Park. And then at one point he started talking about, he was like, down to our left is a couple of runways you can see there, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard that's where they moved the Top Gun program for the U.S. Navy.
That'd be funny.
I can't verify that.
I could hear
Not
that.
true.
yeah,
fact.
like, he was just saying, like, I don't know, this might be
folks.
true.
The whole
Folks.
plane is like, shh.
Sounds like a guy who needed to talk. Like, folks, I just want to.
I'm lonely right now.
I just want you to know that my wife left me a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think it was me. She says it was, and they always have that cadence. She says it was. I say it wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look down on the right side of the plane, I think a badger could beat a porcupine in a fight. Some of my friends say that's not true, but I actually believe it is.
What does that have to do with the right side of the plane?
Good point. I can hear you as well as you can hear me.
My wife liked to flirt in restaurants. I said, please stop. She would not, and it escalated. Anyway, enjoy your flight. Enjoy your flight.
My friend's
What makes you puke?
Officer Charles up here on the main deck says I'll meet someone else, but I don't know. Well, that's true.
He is what I like to call an eternal optimist.
And a supportive friend.
And a supportive friend. Anyway, enjoy your flight into LAX. It looks like we'll get there at
Our
about...
flight attendant today is named Carmen. Please ask her for whatever you need, as long as it's coffee, water, or soda.
Don't ask her for a hand job, which is what I did. And it didn't go well. Did not go well. Enjoy your flight to LAX.
By the way, I always thought I was going to be an astronaut. Did not work out.
Wasn't The Right Stuff a terrific flick, though?
I didn't know whether to say film or flick.
By the way...
So
I realize none of you can answer me. That I do realize. I do realize that.
unless you shout like that one guy did. Then I can hear you.
I'm allergic to.
I hear you!
All right, well, this seems like a good place to take a break.
I think so.
And we'll be back in a moment with a segment on the show that we like to call
Parting Shots!
That was the weirdest thing we've ever done.
The gayest.
No, don't say gayest.
Plan it out.
Parting Shot.
Hi, this is Paul F. Tompkins, and you're listening to the Long Shot Podcast, right?
We are back. It is a segment on the show that we like to call Parting Shots. Thank God you guys didn't do that again.
I forgot to yell it out. I was stunned. I like those silences sometimes.
No,
Because you go different ways. Like when you have those silences right before you name Jamie in the beginning.
or whoever.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Or the other two.
All right. Well, it's for Parting Shots today, since it is Thanksgiving and it's Amber's birthday and Jorge's birthday. Let's start today with Jamie.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Such a sweet. That was a thing of beauty.
Always impressed.
I was totally like that was like an option play where you're looking one way.
I T-bowed on that one.
Yes.
I T-bowed. I rode the ball all the way through the line.
People can't
then
see
I ran
this.
outside.
People can't see this, but when Sean does those things, he looks toward the person he's not going to pick. Sometimes he'll look at you. So
I had a feeling it wasn't.
I was kind of zoning out, so I didn't know either.
Shocking.
But I was listening. I was ready.
Go ahead, Jamie. What's your parting shot?
My parting shot is
Millipede or centipede?
millipede or centipede.
Which
you make the
Which
choice.
you throw up.
Throw your favorite answers to us on our Facebook page. Or log on to Twitter and tell us. Millipede
What is happening right now?
Or centipede, everyone. Okay.
He's fighting for his fucking life.
I'm putting it all on the line, folks. When I was in 6th grade, there was a contest at my school to give the slogan for our school. It's called Chatsworth Hills Academy. And I won.
You won.
And
Congratulations.
Name your public school.
I like that you checked back in for a second, but didn't quite get all the information correct.
What was it? Can I hear that again? I know I can listen to this episode.
You were looking at the floor.
I was. Jamie was talking, so I started.
public
I
school?
started picking something from my pants that looked like lint, but turned out to be a piece of soul.
Name your public school, everyone.
SOLE, not SOUL.
What?
Chatsworth Hills Academy, where learning and fun are number one. And as a result, I got to ride on the float in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Wait, what?
Chatsworth Academy, where no matter what you do, you're still number 2.
That was the runner-up. That I also wrote.
Wait, what float on what parade?
You know, the Chatsworth or Thanksgiving Day
that
parade.
one.
Yeah.
Chatsworth Christmas Parade?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, most of the porn is filmed in Chatsworth.
Didn't know
Someone
that.
told me that's the porn capital of the world.
I thought it was
Chatsworth.
Van Nuys.
No, Van Nuys is beautiful. No, I really heard it was Chatsworth.
I heard Van Nuys.
I think I started.
Folks, if you know what is the porn capital, Van
Hey,
Nuys
just
is
go on Facebook.
What'd you hear, Jack?
Find us on Twitter. Just put on your favorite
Millipede
answer.
or centipede?
So finish your story, Jamie. What happened?
Unfortunately, that's
the
where it
end.
ends.
Hold it.
It
What was
seemed-
the punchline, or what was the
There's no
payoff?
punchline.
So nobody got assassinated in the parade?
No, it was about because we were talking about slogans for things, right?
Yes.
And you entered a
You
contest.
came up with a good slogan for your school.
Yeah. Relevant.
Now,
punchy.
why did I get poo-pooed for saying, did he come up with the slogan for his public
You
school?
You didn't say that. You said
You
name your public school.
public school.
Name your public school.
That is why you got poo-pooed, my friend. In the world of poo-pooing.
name it PS22. Thank you, Fred.
You mean I just have to say the name of the school I currently go to? This is a very easy contest.
That was a much deserved poo-poo in the world of poo-pooing. All right, Amber.
Yes. Earlier you said hubba hubba when you were doing one of the Hey Baby
One of Eddie's other
variations.
wives, yeah.
And that reminded me, I saw the Muppet movie and I loved it. And I was a big, big fan of the Muppets when I was like a kid. It was the first movie I saw when I was 2 years old. I sat through the whole thing.
Who's your favorite Muppet?
I like Fozzie
Oh, Fonzie's great.
because he's the
Fozzie. Is it Fonzie or
Drinks
Fozzie?
around the house.
Fozzie.
Hey,
But
Kirby.
I mean, they're all great. But
Pepe's my favorite.
oh, he's amazing. He's not in the movie, is he?
Yeah, very briefly, he did some dance number in a dressing room. He was like
Oh,
doing
yes,
some
yes,
kind of.
yes.
Yeah.
But
I like Statler and Waldorf.
yeah, they're great.
They were
they're all good.
By the way, I went to the world premiere. I don't know if I talked about that.
You did.
But Statler and Waldorf were in the balcony itself.
talked about that
I
too.
did. Okay, folks.
Just recap.
I'm having an allergic reaction to rich chocolate right now.
Not dark chocolate, just rich chocolate.
My dad always
Bunsen honeydew I like.
So I had all of
I'll
this
just keep going.
this Muppet vocabulary in my consciousness, and my dad always tells the story. We were in a Macy's. I was 2 years old. He was carrying me, and we went past like the lingerie section.
Tell me more.
Well, I tapped him on the shoulder. He's carrying me, but I tapped him on the shoulder and said, "Hubba hubba, right, Dad?"
Oh my God.
It's insane.
He was just like, "What is happening?"
Now, how old were you in your 20s?
I'm like 2.
Oh, 2.
How old were you in your 20s?
He's holding it.
So wait, you had to name the lingerie?
I'll call that a bra.
Oh, Amber's having an allergic reaction.
I don't know. I think it's funny that
Yeah, where did that come from?
Well, I think like Gonzo said hubba hubba once when there was a pretty lady. And I didn't know, like, I just know, oh, you say hubba hubba when you see someone in underwear. And so I didn't know that it was like
That was
sexual.
funny. That's very funny that you said that, like hubba hubba.
And my dad was like, what is happening? Because I'm like the littlest thing.
But you already knew that lingerie was racy.
well, I knew to say hubba
As a
hubba.
2-year-old.
She didn't,
I knew to say hubba hubba. I didn't even know what
it was like
that
a
meant.
conditioned response.
Yeah.
She didn't necessarily understand what
You
she
mean
was
it was a lucky accident that she said
No,
hubba hubba?
I knew that Gonzo got a laugh when he said it, so I would probably get a
But you
laugh when I
said
said
it in a lingerie section, right?
Uh-huh.
Which made me, if I was you were with your dad? Where were you know?
So this was at the Chatsworth Parade? Why does the parade have a lingerie section?
I just thought it was a funny, weird story. I don't want to delve deeper into the
The psychological implications?
Then
So
afterwards,
you knew at 2 what sexy women were.
I've spent
No,
my
I
whole life
thought
trying
that's
to be
what
one.
that if you say that in a lingerie section, I thought that she had some
It's not like you were in the baseball card section.
Right.
Then you would have said hubba bubba.
Well, no, and I knew that wasn't hubba hubba. I knew that sexy ladies were hubba hubba.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant.
That was my point.
Yeah, but I didn't know what that meant. I just knew you say hubba hubba when there's a sexy lady.
As a 2-year-old, I think that's pretty impressive.
Well, I think
Thank
this
you.
needs to be discussed in therapy at some point.
what did you say as a kid?
Who did
Tweet
you
your
puke
guys.
on?
At Twitter.com. Or Facebook. Log on to our Facebook. Tell us what you said as
And
a
also,
kid.
it's like a old timey hubba hubba. Like people don't really say that in real life. It's a funny.
I forgot. There's another one.
What?
Va 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 voom.
Ha cha cha cha.
All right. Well, here's one of the side effects that I suffered because of my allergies.
Oh, good.
This
We
week.
almost weren't talking about allergies.
I had to eat some stuff that I'm violently opposed to eating.
oh no!
Like,
You guys know that I have certain things that I'm just
You
disgusted
don't like
I
by.
mayo?
forget what it was. Which
you
one?
don't like mayo, and you don't like. Oh shoot! I know this.
Yeah, you do.
What was the first
Sour
one?
cream.
Mayo.
No, what was the
sour
first one?
cream's fine.
We were just. Oh, I was
Yeah.
thinking about
Mustard?
it.
Well,
No.
I'll tell you what it was. So I move out of the house that I'm staying in, and now I'm disconnected from everybody who's there for Thanksgiving. I'm also disconnected from any food supply. So I'm at the mercy of people who are going to
wandering to and fro.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
So this guy,
Can I have a baguette?
friend of my friend, says, "Do you want me to make you a sandwich? I'll make you a sandwich. You come down to the house. I'll give it to you. You don't have to come inside." I go, "Great." He goes, "I make a great prosciutto and cheese sandwich." I'm like, "Great." I go down to the house. He hands me the sandwich, no plate or anything. Just hands me the sandwich. He goes, "Don't worry, I washed my hands." And that was a whole other issue.
No paper towel.
No, nothing.
Jesus.
And that was a whole other issue because his sense of humor was very like fart and cum joke oriented. Even though he was there with his 6-year-old daughter and his
brother.
8-year-old daughter.
Nothing like a
But he
good
was like
old
one of those
Proves my
guys.
point about the children thing.
I don't know what point you're talking about, and I don't know how it's proved.
People shouldn't have kids.
Oh yeah, that proves your point.
He's
But anyway, so I get back to the other house, and I realize that of course this thing is slathered in mayonnaise.
Right.
But I haven't eaten in 2 days because I've been sick the whole
First
time.
of all, prosciutto and cheese should not be slathered in mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's weird.
This guy was not Italian.
He was Italian.
In Idaho?
He was not Italian.
He was Italian. Play passes to you.
What a bad Italian to put mayo on prosciutto and cheese.
So anyway, so I had to eat that. I couldn't be like, "Hey, look, I appreciate you making me a sandwich.
What
Can
did
you
you do?
make me?"
You ate it?
Of course, I ate it.
On top of your allergies, you're
Yes.
eating things that you're appalled by.
What is
Correct.
that second one?
I'll tell you what it was.
Okay.
Next thing that happens is there's a huge, like 3 bunches of rotting bananas in the kitchen.
Banana flavoring.
Right. So Jennifer's all excited because she's going to
I
make
missed that episode.
her famous banana bread. She's like, "I'm going to make my banana bread," and I'm in my head, I'm going, "Well, that's something I'll never have."
Right.
Then
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, Jennifer.
Then I'm up at the house, and Jim comes up there with his son one night, and they stay over so that the 3 of us can hang out together. And what they bring is a big loaf of banana bread for breakfast the next morning. So I'm sitting there, and I have to eat this banana bread, and it was like I get why people like, and there was lots of chocolate chips in it, which was the only thing that
nice.
made it palatable. But it just reeks so much of like sweet, horrible, and it's not artificial, but it's just an overwhelming sweet smell of bananas, and it makes me sick to my stomach.
I love banana
Me
bread.
too.
Well, then you and I take different roads, my friend.
Do you not have a sweet tooth in general?
I like sweets. Yeah,
You do?
Yeah, I don't think I come close to you. I think you have you're the guy who says, "Hey, it's 11:30. Let's go get a pie."
I'm bad with, and Thanksgiving almost killed me.
But
for
then
that.
the other thing that
I ate a
happened
lot.
was we're at Starbucks, and Jennifer says to Sam, the 10-year-old, she goes, "Do you want a snack?" And he goes, "I want a cookie. I want a chocolate chip cookie." And she's like, "Okay, you can have it, but only if you give half of it to Sean. You can only have a snack if you give half to Sean." And he's like, "Okay." And at the last second, he goes, "No, I want lemon pound cake." So she buys lemon pound cake, and she's like, "Here, this half is for you."
Do you
and
hate
I,
lemon?
I hate lemon pound cake.
I don't like lemon
And I went
pound
through a whole
cake.
thing as
What
a
is
kid.
wrong with that child who would choose lemon pound cake over a chocolate chip cookie? What's going on in his life?
Dumbass.
I went through a
what
whole
is going on in
thing
his life?
as a kid where somehow I had a miscommunication with my mother about what kind of cake was my favorite kind of cake. So for like 5 years, when I was like 7 to 12, 4 years, because I skipped a birthday in the middle there when it got taken away from me. But she would make lemon cake for my birthday every year, and I couldn't be like, "No, I don't want this lemon cake, Mom." So I had
Right.
to eat this lemon cake, even though it was the thing I hated. So it was this whole.
Why didn't you tell her?
Because that's the kind of relationship I have with my mother.
No, Mom. I'll have
From the time I was 7 years old, I couldn't communicate with her properly. All right, Eddie.
Well, I saw a great movie last night with my girlfriend. I just want to recommend it to everybody. It really was really good. The Artist.
I want to see it so bad.
Silent movie. Really funny.
I'm going to see it this week.
Really intense, and at the end you hear sound. Couple
Who's the
Spoiler!
main character?
Penelope Ann Miller was the female lead, and the male lead was a French fella. I forget his name, but I want to say this.
Hold it. You watch this movie and you love this movie, and you walk away from the movie, you don't know the name of the guy who played the titular character in the movie?
He did have great tits. Jean.
Thank you, folks. Be here all week.
Jean Desjardins.
I'm allergic to cats, the musical.
But also, I want to say that I drove into Hollywood. Me and my girlfriend have not.
Who?
Me and my girlfriend.
Hey, girlfriend.
Jesus Christ.
We hadn't been. I haven't been
found
to the
it.
ArcLight. I love the ArcLight in Hollywood, and now there's a bunch of them. But the first one, I live near the first one, so I really got to like it. So I drive over the hill from North Hollywood, and the fucking. Did you guys know this? Last night there was the Christmas.
Oh, I
parade.
did know that.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
I
that.
went to that last year.
Fucking
I remember that.
nightmare. First of all, so sad. It's like 100 degrees. By the way, you missed 100-degree weather here. It was like 88.
Well, you missed 20-degree weather in Idaho.
I wish.
I didn't miss it.
Anyway, I drive over the hill and boom, everything is closed off. And I'm on, and I was just like,
And once you're in, you can't get out.
once you're in, you can't.
It's like the IRA.
But I
Once in,
want to
never
say
out.
this. I want to say this. I was clicking. That is the perfect storm for me to be pissed off. First of all, we have
Great
to get to
movie
the
with
movie.
Clooney, by the way.
What? Perfect storm. Wahlberg was no chicken liver either, by the way, in that.
Or whatever the expression is.
And who was the third guy?
You talking about chopped
Who was
liver,
the third
chicken
guy?
liver,
Oh,
or chopped liver?
What am I, chicken liver?
It's kind of.
What am I, Chicken Little? The sky is falling. So what happened?
But what was amazing was that when I get into that traffic situation, that triggers my fucking
Dude, I
hysterical
was doing it on
anger.
my way home tonight.
Oh, yeah, traffic.
On my way home from the airport.
What was it? Blocked roads or just traffic?
Just traffic. Just nothing specific. Except for coming up Vine. I came all the way up Vine, and there was a guy in his car, and everybody would be stopped at a light, and as soon as the light turned green, he'd be like 5 cars back. As soon as the light turned green, and like to
I
the point where
can't
people were
stand
yelling at
that.
him,
Yeah.
and I was like driving up next to him and
Motherfucker.
beeping my horn. Like, what are you
were doing
doing?
that?
Yeah.
What kind of guy was he?
A guy who beeps his horn at green lights.
That
when he's-
kind of guy. No. But anyway, what I want to say is that I was in a good mood because I had just done an hour of exercise before I got in the car, and I was listening to Eckhart Tolle, and one of the things he was talking about was don't resist stuff. Like, and I was in my head, don't resist. And I found like Yucca, which is at the top of the hill. I was able to park at the top, and we just walked to the ArcLight and made the movie. And I didn't get stuck in any of the fucking traffic. Like, it was
Toll
a
is
night.
right.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, my God, fucking, I just went with the flow and didn't freak. Because if I would have freaked, I would have been like, God damn it, we can't park on Yucca. This is nowhere near the theater. But it actually was kind of just an
The exercise thing is really key too.
I think so too.
I went snowshoeing yesterday. It was the most exercise I've gotten in a
That's
long time.
hard, isn't it?
It's a lot of exertion, yes.
Was there snow?
The snacks we had, banana bread. But
Sean, toss Sean some banana bread. He loves it.
wait, did you just
put some
ask if there
mayo
was
on it.
snow when I went snowshoeing? Did
Yeah.
you think I was just walking around?
No,
Wearing
I thought
snowshoes.
maybe people put on the snowshoes to exercise.
Sean, there's pine needles out here in the forest, so put on these snowshoes.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't those be pine needle shoes?
Oh, yes, there was snow. Yes.
Okay.
But I did it, and I just haven't been exercising lately, and I was like, I got to do this more,
Yeah.
Feels good, A
How long did you do it for?
couple hours.
That's a lot.
Well, I only went 20 feet. Snow was very deep.
Sean, we're going to call it a day.
Wait. No, don't send the dog to rescue me.
Folks, if you look to your right, you see a man gasping for air down in Idaho,
Which is where we just left.
which is where we just left. He must be allergic to dogs and banana bread. Anyway,
That reminds me, we must be flying in a circle right now because we did leave Idaho half an hour ago.
Oops, my bad.
my bad. And by the way, a circle of life, huh, folks?
Down on the left
Am I
side, you can
right?
see the habitat of the Sasquatch if they exist. I don't know if they do or don't.
The wife thought they did exist. I caught my wife in bed with someone who looked like Bigfoot. Anyway,
If Bigfoot exists, we don't know what he looks like.
we don't know, do we, folks?
All right. Well, it seems like that's a good place. Oh, one more thing.
What is it?
I do not have 75 cents right now.
I forgot about that.
Would it be possible for you to let me go an extra week and I will pay you with the VIG $2 next week?
It'd be so amazing if Jamie broke your leg over this.
It would be amazing.
Think about this.
I would be stunned.
That's fine this week, but we can't make this a habit.
I don't mean, I'm not intending to make it a habit. It's not going to be a habit.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Yikes.
Close one.
Go.
Oh, one more last thing.
How many last things are we
This is like the jerk and the chair and the phone book and that's it. And the hammer.
We didn't
Okay.
get a word of wisdom. So why don't we put it out to our listeners? Log on to Facebook, log on to Twitter. Tell us what words of wisdom get you through your day.
Say that again, but say it like a regular person.
Yeah, say it like a regular
Regularly say it.
person.
Get on Facebook and Twitter, all of our social media, and tell us what nuggets of truth and
That's a good
wisdom
one.
I'm stoked.
will get you through your daily life. We want to hear it.
No jokes, please.
If you tweet a joke, we will cut you off from listening to the podcast. I don't know how we would do that, but we will find a way. All right. Well, this has been The Long Shot. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to all of us from ourselves. Thanks to
I'm
Jorge,
thankful you're
our
all in my
sound
life,
guy.
by the way.
Jorge, our
wanna-
sound guy who had a
thankful.
birthday this week.
Happy
too.
birthday.
Happy
Jorge.
birthday, Jorge.
He's getting older.
Like, stop shouting.
Yeah,
And thanks to Alex, our intern, for being here.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Alex.
Alex.
Alex does great work for us.
And thanks to
I'm thankful.
NATO for trying to. No, I don't want to get into that. All right. This has been The Long Shot.